If you were looking for a video tutorial showing you how to install the ink bottles on the Epson EcoTank 4950, then stay tuned, you won't want to miss this video. Hey, what is going on? The printer guy here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you step by step how to install the ink bottles on the Epson EcoTank 4950. So one of the things you should keep in mind is that the instructions for this are already in your app or however you're setting up, but I'm going to show you how to install each one of these ink bottles. So along the top of the ink tank compartment, you will see a color pattern, and that is how you will actually install the ink. You're going to put black in the black compartment and so on with the different colors. So what I did was I flipped the bottle upside down and I matched it up with the pattern. There's a pattern on the actual bottle that matches up with what's on the printer. Now, if you're buying third-party ink, they should have something that is compatible so that way the ink bottle actually is able to fit in that specific compartment. So here we move on to the cyan ink bottle, and you can see there the pattern. What we're going to do now is open up the compartment that is for cyan, which is marked labeled for cyan. Flip the bottle upside down and we are simply fitting it in place. The ink should begin to flow. If the ink is not flowing at this point, do not squeeze the bottle or tap it. All you have to do is move it up and down gently as it is connected. Don't disconnect because you can have ink spillage, but while it's connected, there's a little bit of room there for you to move it up and down. All right, so it's the same process for all the different colors. Here we are installing magenta with a different angle. So you can see there how once the connection is made, the ink should begin to flow down into the ink compartment and begin to fill the ink tank. Now you can verify that the ink tanks are being filled by glancing down at the ink tanks, and you should be able to see it being filled up all the way to that top line. Now when you actually initialize and set up the printer, it's going to use some of the ink, and there may be ink left over in the bottles if you're setting up for the first time right out of the box. If that is the case, you want to wait for that process to happen and then top off all the way up to that top line on your ink tanks. If it's taking a long time for the ink to fill, like I said, or it's not filling for some reason, you want to get in there and try to figure out what's going on. If this is a new printer, the ink should be flowing very easily. If it's an older printer, there may be some kind of air clog. So if you're filling a printer that you've already used, there may be an air clog issue if the ink is not flowing after you've tried moving the ink bottle up and down while installing. Now you can finish the rest of the setup with installing ink on your Epson Smart Panel app. If you want to save money on ink, I recommend buying Best Printers branded 502 ink. This is a universal ink that you can use with the Epson EcoTank 4950. There will be a link for it down in the description below. But if this video was helpful, please make sure to like the video. Any questions at all, comment below. And if you want more content like this, please make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching until the end of this video. I handpicked 2 videos that are here on the screen for you to watch next. Also consider subscribing to this channel. There's so much helpful content for you if you're a printer owner, and it's just good to have a resource like this for you in the future, whether you're dealing with a printer that's not printing well or you need more printer recommendations. So I look forward to seeing you again in another video.